Hello, everyone. Anyone out there? Hello, everybody. Let me know who's there, where you're from. Hi, Denise. Hi, Kristen. Good to see you guys. How are you? Hi, Margaret. Hi, Kirsten. Oh, Gilroy. That's not too far from me. In fact, one of my team is from, she lives here, but her family's all in Gilroy. So, yeah. So good to see you all. So I have something a little bit different today. As most of you know, I was in New Orleans for the weekend at a Stampin' Up event. So I was going to share a little bit about that and show you some goodies and show you some swaps. So, so welcome everyone. Good to see you all. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching. Oh, Kirsten, you were at the Don't Rock the Box. That's right. Looking to see your picture. I remember you. Yes. Well, thanks for watching. Hi, Connie. Yes, I thought that name rang a bell. So, mind is a terrible thing to lose. So anyway, yes, I was in New Orleans, and it was so exciting to actually be at a live Stampin' Up event. It was the first one since 2019. That was the last event I went to live, was an onstage event in Portland. So it was really exciting to go to a live event and be with other demonstrators. So there were over 500 demonstrators there in New Orleans, and it was loads of fun. It was just, I think, all the presentations and the breakout classes and things were all excellent. But I think the most fun was just getting to meet and hang out with, other demonstrators. They gave us an extra long lunch hour so that we could hang out, and they kind of pampered us, and it was really fun. So I thought I'd share a little bit of, there goes my dog. Never fails, doesn't it? Does it? My husband's trying to keep her quiet. So I thought I'd show you some of I've got lots of swaps to show you that are really nice. I thought I'd show you some of the swag that we got and tell you a little bit about it. And it made me really excited for our next event, which is in November, the on-stage event, which of course is for all demonstrators. This was just for leaders, but the one in November is for all demonstrators. So it was really fun. Hi, let's see. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you from Connecticut. How's things in Connecticut? We're getting ready to have a big heat wave here. Lovely. Another one. And temperatures could get up to 111. So I'm like, come on, fall, it's time. So anyway, let me show you some of the things that we got. So when we first got there, we checked in, and we checked into our hotel, and then we checked into the Stampin' Up event, and we got a bag with swag. So I'll show you some of that. So we got this. It's going to be backwards. Maybe I'll switch you down. I'll switch you back in a minute up to me, because I have something funny to show you. But I'll switch you down to my desk so I can show you a bit better. So this was a cup that we got. Mine's actually got beads in, New Orleans. You can't come home from New Orleans without beads. So that was that. And then we got this very nice notebook. It says New Orleans on it. It's got the Stampin' Up logo. and a lovely pen which has Stampin' Up on it. And I don't know if you can see, but there's Stampin' Up kind of engraved in there, or embossed. And then we had a workbook too. And then, let's see, my name tag. This was my name tag, which is kind of fancy. These little symbols just meant, well, I don't know what this meant actually. I think this little candy was to indicate that I was getting a regular, or maybe this for regular meals, not, you know, gluten-free or vegetarian or something. And then we got this, this bag. New Orleans is always a good idea, and it actually has more beads in at the moment. More beads. Oh, and a pin. Forgot about the pin. Just add to my collection. And what else? A fan. Can't be in New Orleans without a fan, right? So this is a little fan, and it's got a flashlight on one end and fan the other. So very handy. And let's see. And that was all the stuff that was in the bag. And then this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this all right, but this is the bag. Oh, there's feathers in there from my... So it's like a big craft caddy. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom out. Hold on. So you can see it a little bit better. Oops. Let me see if I can zoom out on my phone. All right, it's a bit better. So it's kind of this heavy-duty felt. I'll take some pictures. It's got a nice Stampin' Up, and it's got all these compartments. There we go. It's got all these compartments. It's got nice, I don't know if these are leather, but nice handles, and it's got compartments that you can remove. It's a bit. I had to squish it kind of to get it in my suitcase. So, and it's got pockets all the way around the outside. But it's really big, so it's one of those, you can fit your stamps and your ink pads and all your tools and cards. And so we use this in the evening. Yes, it is very nice, isn't it? A fan will be nice if it gets to 111. That's for sure, Denise. I will be using that most definitely. So the first evening, we had, what was it called? Sweets and Swap. And see how big it is, everything fits in there. We had Sweets and Swap, and so we put all our, some of us had made cards to swap, so we put them all in our bag there, and we went to this lovely evening of, there was music, and then there were lots of snacks and desserts. There were pralines and bread pudding and beignets. And then everybody was there, and you just walked up to somebody and said, are you swapping? And if they were, you traded cards with them. So I'll show you some of the cards. I took 50 cards to swap, and I swapped them all. So I won't show you all 50 because that would be a little bit much, but I'll show you some of them. And some of them I'll take out of the envelopes, but not all of them. So this, I'm just showing you kind of my favorites. So this one's really pretty, and this is embossed with copper, and then this is embossed on the, I forget what it's called, Falling Leaves or something. This one's from Lisa Marie. So there's that one. And then there's this one, which is using the, and the same colours, huh? This is Soft Succulent. And she's using another embossing folder. I forget what that one's called. Let's take this one out because it's a fun fold, I think. Hi, Tina. Thank you. I love the bag too. Yes, very nice. Like I say, it was a bit of a struggle to squish to get in my suitcase, but so this is a fun fold. Oh, that's nice. May the peace of the season light your world. So this doesn't say. Oh yes, here we go. Who's this from? Davida Lepke. That sounds almost like, so it was a global event too. So there were demonstrators there from Holland, Germany, France, Austria, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, of course, can't forget the UK. So I got to meet, some of you probably know Sam Hammond. She's the #1 demonstrator in the UK. I got to meet her, and she had put on Facebook that she'd been with my sister lives in kind of a coastal town, which is a bit of a, we'd call it a seaside town. And she had just been there a few weeks ago with her family. It's called Hunstanton. So I got to meet her, and I told her, oh, that's where my sister lives. So that was cool. So this is also using the same suite, and it's very simple. She's just taken 3 strips of designer series paper, and then she's embossed the, so this is clearly somebody from France, or Jacinthe Gauthier. So she's from France. So it's so fun to swap with demonstrators from other countries. This one is by Diane, on our very own Diane on my team. Hi, Christine. Is my sister. It was really, and what they did with the presentations, they had presentations by some of the demonstrators from the global markets too. So they did them all in English, but they had translators there. So we got to hear from demonstrators, in other countries and different cultures, and it was really fun. So this is by Diane, and this is using the Lights Aglow suite again. So did you hear me saying, Christine, that I got to meet the #1 demonstrator in the UK? Her name is Sam Hammond, and she lives in Cambridgeshire. And I think North Cambridgeshire, though, she said. And she had spent the day with her family at Hunstanton. So Christine's my sister. So I got to tell her that you live there, and she should go back and maybe pop in for a cup of tea. She's got 4 boys. So I don't know if you'd want her family descending on you, Christine. But that was really fun. She specializes, I'm trying to open this bag. So this is a luggage tag, I think. So not everybody did cards. Some people did 3D stuff. So this is fun. Look, life is sweet. So it's a luggage tag. Oh, look, it's even got the... Isn't that fun? Love it. And then some little fruit snacks. And this is by Simply Sweet in Ink Designs, Deborah Harrison. So that's fun. Let's see what else. This little one, the little Scotty Dog, this is from Sophie Prestrel, and she's a French demonstrator, and actually she did a presentation at one of the workshops, the little Scotty Bonfette. This one is really pretty. I don't know if you can see. She's done like 3 different techniques, I think, on here, or maybe more. She's dry embossed, she's stenciled, so these are stencil, and then she's stamped, like that flower is stamped. And then I don't know how she's got that gold. She's got instructions here, but it's kind of like multimedia. It's really pretty, isn't it? So that's by Kathy Friedlander. This one, pumpkins. She's used the, I think it's something greener. I don't know if you can see on camera, but that's one of our background die cuts, and it just makes little holes. I don't think you can see it very well, but and then the really pretty pumpkins. That's by, I remember I sat with her, I think Robin Barnes, one time, Robin Barnes. Here's another one from France, made in Normandy, and we sat one evening and chatted with the lady that made this one. I don't know if it says her name, and she was there with another demonstrator who didn't speak very good English, so I got to practice my used apples, because she was from Normandy, and Sonia Benedetti, and she says Normandy brings together an infinity of landscapes on one side the sea and its 600 kilometres of coastline, its majestic cliffs, its immense fine sandy beaches. Normandy is famous for its natural pastures and I don't know what the word that is. bocage, which are usually planted with apple trees intended to produce cider and Calvados. The apple is the emblematic fruit of Normandy, and cider apple trees are still numerous in the Normandy pastures. There are over 1,000 varieties of cider apples. So that's very interesting, isn't it? So where I live, we have an area just going on the way up into the mountains called Apple Hill, where they have lots of different apples. I should have told her about that. She'd like Apple Hill. All right, so that's very interesting. This one is very pretty, Christmas card. I know, aren't they? Hi, Tracy. Someone else from the UK. Where are you from, Tracy? Oh my goodness, look, she's given, I don't know who this is by, but look, she's listed everything. So some people just put their names in, and some people try and list some of the products used so that you'll know. And the idea behind a swap is so that you can have these all to show, like I'm showing online, and give different ideas for different products, and then to also maybe have them at your classes, because obviously if I were to make all these different cards using all these different stamp sets, it would take me a long time. But to make 50 the same and then swap them, then I have all kinds of different cards to show people, and of course someone's taste may be different from someone else's, so someone may not like my cards but they may love this card, for example, which I think is really pretty. So swaps are really fun. All right, so this was my card, the little gnome, and I did some, this is called Emboss Resist, so the snowflake is embossed in clear or white. You could use either, as it's a white background, and then there's a couple of other little snowflakes, and then the little gnome is from the Gnome Suite. So let's see where Tracy, oh, she hasn't said yet where she's from. This one is with the beer, and I like this. I forget which die set this is from, but I like this die cut here, just kind of cuts out an interesting design. This is Susan Miller from Naples, Florida. So that's very nice. And I've got a few more. This one is very pretty. Love the colours, just my colours. This one is from, oh, this is a friend of mine, Jill Nolan. She used to live in the Sacramento area, and she's moved up to Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, I think. And her husband was with her. So you can have, if you're a demonstrator, you can have something called, oh, thank you, Christine. She says she likes the little gnome. If you're a demonstrator, you can have a supporting demonstrator. Your spouse can be a supporting demonstrator. So Jill's husband is one. So he got to come. You know, it's mostly women. There was just a few men there, but he was really enjoying himself amongst all these women and telling us all about, he says he's demo support. He said he carries all her boxes and helps with stuff. And it was funny because he was listing off all these masculine stamp sets, all the stamp sets that we have or have had in the past with bikes and cars and things like that. And Jill said, I had no idea he knew all this. So that was funny. So I came home and said to my husband, would you like to be my supporting demonstrator and come to the events with me and help me win the incentive trips and things? But I don't think he was that keen. Can't see my husband really doing that. All right, this one I had already taken out the bag. It's a little fun fold with the train. And the designer series, so I forget what this suite is. But this is part of the same suite, the train stamps and then the paper. And this is by Sandra Christelle, Rouge or Sand. So she's from France, I think. This one I love. I just got this stamp actually. So I think I'm going to make a card with it for my next class. It's really lovely. It lends itself to a lot of techniques, watercolour techniques and things. Hi, Kathleen. Yes, lots of inspiration. So this is Creating with Cindy. Not sure of her last name, but it's very beautiful. Getting near the end here. This one, I love how she's used the strips of paper. So it's quite easy, but it's quite effective, isn't it? All the 4 colours, and then she's embossed the maple leaf. And this is by Nancy Peters. And then here's another similar one from a completely different person, but she's done the similar kind of thing, but with the Christmas colours and the Christmas tree. So I really like that. Priscilla Ivler. And just a couple more. Now this one is from a Dutch demonstrator, and she even put a chocolate, let me take it out, a chocolate tulip, which I haven't eaten yet. So, yeah, this is, isn't that pretty? A tag, little tag. And this is from Ellen Liefding from the Netherlands. And she's gone a bit fancy. She's got a QR code you can scan, and then there's a little tulip chocolate. So I'll save that for later when I need a little chocolate snack. This is funny. This is a pebble all the way from Loch Lomond in Scotland. she was a hoot. She was a Scottish demonstrator, and she didn't bring swap cards, but she brought a little pebble from the body banks of Loch Lomond, and there's her business card. Let's see, what's her name? Tricia Smith. Hi, Wendy from South Wales. Oh goodness, all kinds of. I've got a global Facebook Live going on today too. How exciting! All right, just a couple more. I think. Well, yeah, a few more, and then we'll be done. This one I think is lovely with the sponging and the black. Always like a good silhouette. Wishing you a warm and beachy day. This is from Tyler Darley. She's embossed the background too. And this one is lovely. Love the colours, and then she's done some beautiful sponging too. Here are my thoughts today. This is from Cindy Fodor. Oh yeah, she's in Pennsylvania. Trisha is a giggle. Oh, Wendy knows Trisha. Yeah, she is, isn't she? She's funny. I kept running into her, and the Scottish lass. Yeah, she's a hoot. Now this one, I can tell this one is from either the UK or from Australia because it's a different size. Can you see? So they use the A4 cardstock. So this is from, I love this designer series paper. This is from Jacinta Ryan in Australia. Yeah, so how about that? People came all the way from Australia. And here's a lovely Christmas one with the candy cane, wishes, mistletoe, kisses. Very pretty. This is from Cheryl Piotrowski from Indianapolis. And we're almost back to the beginning. This is very pretty. Again, love my favourite colours. The blues and turquoises and purples. And the heron again. This is from Diane Evans. So I think I've watched her videos, Diane Evans. And then this last one is a cute little gift card holder, but she's put a business card inside. But it's designed for a gift card. And this is a die that we have that makes these. Wait, let's see. Wendy March says, Trisha was a bodybuilder a few years ago. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's got quite a lot of tattoos. I noticed that. I don't have anything against that, but yeah, I did notice that. So I can imagine that. And she's very kind of bold personality. I can imagine her doing that. That's funny. All right, this is from Linda Pittman. Handcrafted cards bring sunshine to ordinary days is her little paper sunshine. That's her business name and her tagline. All right, so that's it, I think. So weren't those fun? So that's about half of them. So maybe I'll show you the other half next week. And then I've got one funny thing to show. So anyway, let me come back to here. So that was swap night. And then we had 2 days of general sessions where we all met together in a big, conference room. we were staying at the Marriott in New Orleans, and the conference was right there too. So it's really nice. We didn't have to go out into the humidity, the heat and the humidity. Happy to have my hair back to normal. It was very frizzy while I was there. But anyway, we had 2 days of kind of teaching and reflecting on our own businesses and just like, that kind of thing. We had some really great outside presenters, and we had presentations from Stampin' Up demonstrators. And then, and then the last night, Saturday night, they had told us that the last event was going to be outside and there wouldn't really be seating. And we were all thinking, what? Outside in New Orleans in August and no seating. But, oh my goodness, it was so much fun. So they gave us all, let me see, I have to put everything on here. They gave us all, we each had, oops, I've dropped one of my accessories, one of my, so they gave us all a boa. So we all had a boa. And then, hold on a minute because I've dropped one of the items. I'm sure you've seen pictures by now of everyone. Oops. Okay. We all had an umbrella. I'm not superstitious, so I'm not going to worry about... Oh, that's weird, isn't it? I don't have a... Oh, let me see. I have green screen checked. All right, let's get rid of that. I don't have a green screen today. So we all had... I guess I would call this a parasol. And then we had a mask. So we all went into this room, and Sarah Douglas, who's our CEO, she handed us all out masks and umbrellas and boas. I'm not going to put this on because it's really itchy and it's going to mess up my hair. And this is really itchy too, and it's shedding. But anyway, and then there was this a band came into the room where we were being handed out everything. Oh my goodness. Oops, now I've lost one of my AirPods, but that's all right. I've still got the other one. And then this band, we followed it. We followed it all the way downstairs, down the escalators, outside, and then there was a high school band. I hope you can still hear me all right. There was a high school band that we followed. The roads were closed off. The police were outside with the roads closed off, and we marched. We followed them and danced all the way around, all the way through the French Quarter, basically one city block, and all the roads were closed. So there's over 500 of us, all with our parasols and waving around. It was really fun, and we were out there for about an hour, and it was a bit hot, but it wasn't bad. And it was funny because apparently it's called a second line, and they do this for weddings and funerals, and for Stampin' Up. Whew, there goes a feather. Stampin' Up, apparently too. So it was a very big deal, and so we went around for about an hour, and then we walked back in. The band kind of split into half on one side and half on the other, and we marched through the middle back into our hotel, and then we had all kinds of good food. There was kind of like appetizers, all kinds of fun stuff, and food and dancing, and there were all these people dressed up in costumes and things. So yeah, Stampin' Up really pulled out all the stops. It was so much fun. They really treated us well. So it was really good. And then that was Saturday night, and then I had Diane on my team. She was with me. And we stayed till Sunday night. And so we went off to do a bit of sightseeing Sunday. We went to Café du Monde in the morning and got coffee and beignets, as you do when you're in New Orleans. You have to go to Café du Monde. And then we went and looked in the cathedral, and we wandered around the shops a little bit, and walked along the waterfront. So New Orleans, it's right on the Mississippi River, but then you've got the lake. What's the lake just to the north? It's a big lake. And then, of course, there's the Gulf of Mexico. So it's almost like an island, isn't it? Stampin' Up Carnival. Yes, it was. It was indeed a Stampin' Up Carnival. And all the locals and all the local tourists were lining the sidewalks watching us and taking pictures. It was hilarious. And all the Stampin' Up employees were doing it too. Sarah was dancing along. She had her mask and bow. In fact, I got a selfie with her. So Sarah Douglas, our CEO. So anyway, it was very fun. Food even better when you... Yes, we did have a couple of nice meals. So my son went there on business a few months ago, and so he told me a couple of nice restaurants to go to. One was just very close to our hotel, but probably not what you'd consider in the French Quarter. And the other one, I'm not sure if it was in the French Quarter or not, but it was very delicious. It was kind of like a little bit more contemporary food, not the old. The first night we had kind of more traditional New Orleans food, and Diane's an oyster lover, so she wanted to go somewhere where they had oysters, and a lot of places, there's lots of really good seafood in New Orleans, being surrounded by water like that. But yeah, and then we came home Sunday evening, and there were storms Sunday evening, and at one point they were talking about possibly closing the airport. So I was a bit nervous. I had joked with people ahead of time saying, I hope there's no hurricane, because it's hurricane season really. Hope I don't get, caught in a hurricane and can't get home. And then they did talk briefly about closing the airport, but I don't think they did, and they got us out all right. So got home very late on Sunday, but a really good time, lots of good memories, and took loads of pictures. I will post some more over the next few days, and I've got some videos too. But the other thing I wanted, so anyway, very fun. So there's still time to join my team. So the next event is we're going to Anaheim in Southern California for the onstage event, which is just one day, and it's for all demonstrators, and it's for hobby demonstrators and business builders. It's going to be lots of fun, and there's about 10 of my team going, so it's going to be loads of fun, and we'll all go out to dinner Saturday night. Yes, I was glad to be home safe, Wendy, and I was glad to be back in my own bed. But anyway, it's going to be lots of fun, and so there's still time to sign up and come along with me and the rest of my team. We're going to have a good time. And today is the last day of celebration. So this is the last day, September tomorrow, isn't it? Last day of celebration, last day to get extra free products with your orders. So some of them have run out, like the hippo dies I think are gone now, and the tree lots dies. What else is missing? But they brought in they added some extra things from the annual catalogue. So there's quite a lot of things that you can still get. But what I also wanted to show you is, so you've heard everyone talking about the sunflower paper pumpkin, right? And how popular and how lovely it is. Let's switch you down here again. And I know a lot of people are sad because they missed out on this. And yes, Vienna Wendy's saying, yes, so how backing up just a little bit, how the on-stage events work is that there's one big event that's like kind of like the one I went to, 2 days to 2.5 days. There's one big one, and they alternate between the United States and then the other global markets. So this year it's in Vienna. Oh, and the other exciting thing is that Stampin' Up is opening up in Belgium and Ireland on October 4th, which is very exciting. And if you're in Belgium or Ireland and you sign up as a demonstrator after in October, you can go to Vienna, the onstage in Vienna, for free. I would love to go to the one in Vienna. I know some demonstrators from the US are going to that. But anyway, they have this one big one that's called Onstage, and then they have Onstage Locals, where it's just a one-day event, and those are all around in all the other global markets. So like there are about, I don't know, maybe half a dozen in the US, maybe more, 6 to 8. And you just kind of go to the one closest to you or the one that all your team's going to. So we'll be going to Anaheim in Southern California. I've got some of my team are up in Washington, some in Arizona, Vegas. I've got some on the East Coast too. So and some down in, and some actually down in Southern California who will just be driving down there. So it's going to be lots of fun. But anyway, back to Paper Pumpkin. So I got an extra one this month, and I know a lot of people missed out because, you know, they weren't sure if they were going to like it or not, and now they're regretting not getting it. And it was so popular that they don't even have refills this month. So we're all hoping it might come back maybe in the form of a kit sometime. But anyway, I literally have not had time to open mine yet. I know everyone's been opening them. You've probably seen them all by now. But I have an extra one, and what I thought I would do was everyone that places an order with me in September of $50 or more, I will put into a drawing to win this Paper Pumpkin. So I thought I would open it with you because I was so busy beforehand making my swaps, and then I made some little pillow gifts for my my team member Diane that you saw. I haven't opened this at all, so I thought we'd open it together and look at it, and then, like I say, anyone that places an order with me in September, for every $50 you'll get one ticket, and I'll draw a name at the beginning of October and someone will win this kit. And then you'll get to see how you like Paper Pumpkin kits, and this is the best time of the year actually to subscribe, because the holiday kits are always really, really good, especially the like October and November are both usually Christmas theme, and often one is tags and one is cards, and they coordinate, and they're usually really lovely. So anyway, in this kit there are two ink spots, so Crash Curry and Soft Suede, and usually you only get one, so that's good. There's a nice stamp set with sunflowers, and it says, this one says, for a one-of-a-kind friend. Let's see if I can, something about happiness. Wishing you so much happiness. Thank you, and hello. And then there's a couple of little bees and some kind of leaves and stuff. And then this is an extra free gift, which is like little kind of gold honeycomb sheets, and there's a number of them in there, maybe 4, maybe 6, there's quite a few. Pretty yellow tissue paper. And then when I watched, yes, Kathleen. So it was fun. At one of my lunches in New Orleans, I got to sit with 2 Stampin' Up employees who were also demonstrators. So quite a lot of Stampin' Up employees are demonstrators too. And they had taken time off so they could just be there as demonstrators. And so I got to sit on their table at lunchtime, and one of them, she works in the new products department, and she was furiously taking notes. We were telling her all the things that we'd like to see in new products, and she was frantically taking notes so that she could take all the ideas back to the home office. And we said to her, wouldn't it be nice if they bought this one back as a kit? And she said she has heard a little bit of a rumbling about that. So yes, Kathleen, it would be really great if they did that. And someone said, whoever designed that Paper Pumpkin, give them a raise. So that was funny. So anyway, here's some dimensionals. Excuse me. And little glue dots. So I've seen people really stretching their kit. So these are the envelopes. Aren't these beautiful? So I've seen people cutting these up and using them on card fronts instead of the envelopes. So you've got, let's see, how many cards does it make? Let's look at the instructions. Looks like it makes 9 cards. So there you've got 9 extra if you wanted to do that. And then look how pretty these are. These are to go on the card fronts. So those are lovely. And then there's tags. These you can stamp on, obviously. And then here's more. These are card bases. Now, what I usually do, because this is really pretty, and this is the back of the card. So what I know I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to cut it in half and then maybe just trim it just a little, a card base. So for example, let's grab let's see, Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow, I'm just grabbing a card base to show you what it would look like. So what I would do is I would cut this down and then put it like this on a Mossy Meadow card base, or like this way. And you've got, so that gives you another, so there's how many? There's 3 of this one, so that gives you another 3. So that's an extra 12 cards we've got now if we use the envelopes. And then look how lovely this one is. And again, you can definitely do the same with this one. So that's one side and that's the other. And so it tells you on the instructions all the colours that go. So we've got Blackberry Bliss, Crushed Curry, Evening Evergreen, Melon Mumbo, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pumpkin Pie, Soft Suede. So you could do Blackberry Bliss would look really pretty with this one. Blackberry Bliss. Yeah, see, lovely. And then they're white inside, so you don't need to add any extra cardstock. So there's 3 of those. So that's an extra, another 3. So what are we up to now? Like 15. And then you can do the same one with this one too. So those could all become 6 cards. And then here we've got some die cuts. So these you were going to stamp the sunflower on like that with your crushed curry, and then you can do the middle. There's, you've got a stamp for the middle. You can do that in soft suede. So you would stamp that onto these, and it doesn't line up properly. It's supposed to be kind of artsy. And then you've got these lovely flowers here that go on one of the cards, and then these are all little bees. There are lots of little bees. And there's still more. Then there's all these vellum honeycomb. Kathleen says, I made an extra 6 out of the Cozy and Bright kit. Yes, you can usually make extras. Bye, Wendy. Thanks so much for watching. And it's lovely to have you. See you again. Wendy's off. So anyway, and you get very detailed instructions, and there's a video you can watch also. So here's all the instructions. Oh, let's show you pictures of the cards. So here's pictures of the cards as they intend. They're really pretty. And there's the envelopes. But obviously there's lots of ideas, and there's other ideas on the back here. And then you can also go to the Paper Pumpkin Facebook page or the Paper Pumpkin fan club and get more ideas. You can just search for it on Pinterest. And there's a video every month. Now, I did see someone comment on the last video saying that, why do you do the videos so fast? Can't keep up. And on the videos, you can slow them down. There's a little button. If you click on the little cog that's for the settings, you can play back your video. And you can do this on any YouTube video whatsoever. You can change the playback speed. You can speed it up or you can slow it down. So if you are making it along with the video and you're having a hard time seeing exactly what they're doing, just slow it down to like half speed and you'll be able to, see it a lot. It'll make a lot more sense. So anyway, that's the Paper Pumpkin kit. And like I say, I have an extra one that I'm going to give away in September. So I'll have a new host code. This is August host code up here that ends today. But I'll have a new host code tomorrow. So anyone placing, and whether you call me with your order or place it online or an email, however you do your order, for every $50, I'll put your name into a drawing. And in fact, I might lower it from 50 because 50 seems a lot. Let's do every $30 order. Let's do every 30. I'm feeling generous today. So every $30 order, your name will go. So if you order $60, your name will go in there twice. And I will send you this Paper Pumpkin kit. And then you can decide if you'd like to subscribe to the Christmas ones once you've given this a go. So anyway, I feel like I've kept you all long enough. We haven't done any stamping today, but I hope you enjoyed today with show and tell and hearing about BackStage and all the fun, all the shenanigans that we got up to. And Hope you like seeing the paper pumpkin kit. I will be back next Wednesday definitely with some stamping, and we'll be in September then. So I think I can. I've been trying not to do Christmas and stuff. It's a bit early, but might start on fall and Christmas next month. So anyway, I hope you can all join me. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great rest of the week. And I will see you next week. Bye for now, everybody.